Hey, beautiful people, how is everybody? Woo! Woo! Hey. So again, another live from H. I need to get back into lives. I used to love doing my Facebook lives, but here I am, Porto, coming home to the UK, and I want to talk about things live. Harry, Facebook Live from the hostel. Plenty of Wi-Fi here, so let's talk about health. I don't know, holistic health. Harry, kind of important. Let's talk about the basics. The basics. Title, click. Very true. Caffeine and sleep masks. I already did a great video on sleep masks, so I want to talk about them more. The power of the basic shit. Are you guys actually nailing it, or do I have to keep repeating myself? I have to keep repeating myself. Plus, I learn by teaching. So, caffeine. Oh my god, caffeine. That's a disastrous chemical. As Matthew Walker, who's written a very prominent book on sleep called Why We Sleep, which I highly recommend you read, says caffeine is the only psychoactive substance freely available to children. Psychoactive. It's very fucking dangerous. And yes, it does destroy sleep. So caffeine is not a good thing. If you care about your health, yeah, Rory, how you doing, man? If you care about your health, caffeine is not a good thing to be taking in, especially the amounts that people take. And it's on my mind because the way I learn is from other people, and of course I'm in a hostel now with normal people, and guess what, I talk to normal people and they become my friends, but I learn from them about what people do wrong. And one of my new friends here who I sleep with is for a better word, addicted to caffeine. He wakes up in the morning every morning and he told me he drinks Coca-Cola, which is full of caffeine. And then he's said he was addicted to coffee before, and he transitioned from coffee to being addicted to coffee to Coca-Cola. They both have high doses of caffeine in it. So imagine that, you wake up, you drink loads of caffeine to wake you up because you've had a bad night's sleep because you drank caffeine the night before. It's crazy, it's mad. And then you just need that cycle of more caffeine. Now, caffeine is an addictive substance. It is not good for you. And he was even telling me he drinks so much Coke and coffee of a day that when he doesn't drink it, he gets the caffeine shakes, the withdrawal symptoms. That's how we know it's an addictive substance. When something's taken away and you start shaking, a bit like heroin too, there's many other substances that are addictive, you start having withdrawals. With caffeine, you get the shakes. This is not good. Not least, the caffeine activates your fight or flight sympathetic nervous system. In other words, caffeine puts you on edge. And if you're addicted to it and you take it a lot, forget about sleep. It just makes you on edge. So you walk around town on edge. I was literally with him yesterday. Now, he's a good person, and I don't want to speak badly of him, but when we went out yesterday, I noticed he was really edgy in town. He was like really edgy. And I know why, because he fucking drinks caffeine. And I know why I found it easy back in the day, maybe before I even took health seriously in 2016, I think about 2012, very early on, 8 years ago, I gave up caffeine. The reason why for me is because I was already in fear mode and scared of being around strangers and antisocial, and I was already in fight or flight 24/7. So what I found very easily was that caffeine, drinking tea, which I used to drink, made my stress worse. So it put me in fight or flight all the fucking time. And you know why caffeine puts you in fight or flight all the time? Because caffeine has a half-life of like 6 to 8 hours. In other words, it takes about 6 to 8 hours for it to lower from whatever dosage you had to half, and then another 6 to 8 hours to go another half, another 6 to 8 hours to go another half. So if you take a lot of caffeine, it takes a long time to get the caffeine out the fuck of your system. So it's not a good thing to have. And guess what? If caffeine takes a long time to get out of your system, it's going to affect your sleep. Because if you take it at 3 p.m., 6 hours later at 9 p.m., half it's in your system. You take it at 3 a.m., that's 2 half-lives, there's still some caffeine in your system. So it's no wonder it can't make you sleep. Now, why does caffeine destroy sleep? Because it affects sleep pressure. Now, sleep pressure is, after a certain amount of time, you are going to need sleep. So basically, after 16 hours plus, your sleep pressure starts building in your brain. Your adenosine, which is I think is a neurotransmitter or something, it starts building up. So you wake up in the morning, you have a clear set of adenosine. As the day goes on, the adenosine, the sleep pressure, starts building up from the morning. It starts building and building and building. When you get to about 16 hours since the last time you went to sleep, the pressure gets quite high. And then it goes to 17 hours, you're awake. Pressure, more adenosine into the brain, and then you start wanting to go to sleep. It's called sleep pressure, which is affected. Increase of adenosine sleep pressure. It's in all humans. You stay up for 16 hours, you're going to be tired, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then it gets to the point where you stay up for 21, 22 hours and you start feeling drunk. Now, caffeine interferes with the adenosine buildup in the brain. It kind of locks onto the adenosine receptors. So basically, caffeine tricks your brain that you've had enough sleep. So when caffeine tricks your brain, you've had enough sleep, you aren't tired. Like this guy. And look, he's a nice guy. I love him to bits. I think he's gone to Porto now. He's gone. So, but look. I'm sleeping with these guys here. Look, I'm with the normal folk, and I couldn't sleep for a different reason last night. I couldn't sleep because I'm healthy and I fucking look after myself. I had 1 meal a day yesterday. I had high energy. I'm excited to be in Porto. I'm just a happy and healthy person. So I was meditating, keeping my body still, up to 2, 3 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep last night, but I was healthy. But guess what? My friend, who is confessed to me he's addicted to caffeine and gets to withdrawal shakes and drinks a Coke every morning and drinks a coffee during the day, I heard him at nighttime and he could not sleep. It was a powerful reference experience, so I make a video on it. A powerful reference experience of just how caffeine affects sleep. It was 1, 2, 3. All he was doing was tossing and turning at nighttime. All he was doing. And I was there, chilled out, not needing much sleep, keeping still and meditating. And whilst he was just shuffling around, and what it was the caffeine. The caffeine was still in his system. Even if he took it at 3 p.m, even if he took it at midday, it's still in his system. Obviously, the earlier you drink caffeine, the better for you. You don't need to go over the obvious here. If you're going to drink caffeine, I know you like it, fine, but try and take it as early as possible, because the time you take caffeine makes a massive difference to your health. The time you take it. And the ultimate, I'll be honest, for me, and I hope for you guys as health warriors, is let's try and get towards no caffeine. As I said earlier, it's the most psychoactive substance. Children abuse it. Caffeine. What's Red Bull contain? Not even a Diet Coke, not even a Coca-Cola has copious amounts of caffeine. Not only tea and coffee, which the British people and even the people here love, has caffeine. What else has caffeine? I don't know. Red Bull, that drink for children. What idiotic thing that children are being targeted with this caffeine substance in, not a deliberate policy in the drinks. It's really bad. Like, it's really bad. I mean, if you're addicted to it, you enjoy the taste, fine. Try and get yourself off it. That's where I'm of it. I just teetotal for a few things. I like teetotal for alcohol. I like teetotal for caffeine. I found them before I even got into health, guys, and started taking it seriously with urine therapy. I was well aware of what activated my fight or flight, what made me paranoid, made me stressed outside, and one of them was caffeine. The simple as that. I did not like fight or flight. This topic goes deep, guys. I used to work in a cafe. Cleaning up coffee cups, right? Get this. I used to work in a cafe cleaning up coffee cups. I didn't actually drink the coffee, but I cleaned up the coffee cups. And of course, there's a little coffee at the bottom when you clean the cup. And that used to touch my hands. And because it touched my hands, the caffeine from the coffee, it used to go inside my blood, because anything that touches your skin goes into your bloodstream. And guess what? I started to suffer from a worse sleep at night just from touching little bits of coffee and tea whilst I was cleaning it, because I had to as part of my job. So that's how bad it is. Even touching caffeine, coffee and tea will get into your blood system. So it's such a bad drug, man. Let's try and get ourselves off it. Do you really want to be walking around in sympathetic fight or flight mode all the time? Would you want to be in parasympathetic? You will never activate the parasympathetic nervous system, your deep relaxation fully, if you're on coffee and tea or caffeine. It slows you down. It's the simplest, yet the most powerful, and that's why I fucking made this video, because the most powerful and simple, some of you guys haven't nailed, or your family and friends haven't nailed, and I've fucking nailed it, and I'm still seeing reference experiences, and I want to tell people, do you want a good sleep? Fucking give up coffee, man. Start taking your coffee tea early and then just giving it up. Stop drinking Coca-Cola. Stop drinking Red Bull. Never give Red Bull to your children. Fucking hell, man. People need to wake up. It's crazy. It's actually really cool that I got that reference experience so I can talk about it. Coffee's amazing. So I transitioned quickly from caffeine, rewatch it if you haven't heard it. It's pretty good. Onto sleep masks. Again, I'm in a hostel surrounded by Wi-Fi, internet, and guess what? That affects my melatonin level and my sleep, and even the people beneath you kind of use the mobile phones all the time at night. You can't get away from unhealthiness in a hostel when surrounded by normal people with the Wi-Fi's, and I'm in a city too. But what you can do for your health whilst you're in a city is at least, guys, wear a sleep mask at fucking night, right? What a transformational health protocol wearing a sleep mask is. What, it costs €5, €6, £5, $6, $7. This one's half cotton. It's a really good one. Find a good one if they don't fit around your head and they keep coming off, and just wear your sleep mask at night, because that thing will transform your health. This hostel has a light on in the middle at night time. At the centre it has air conditioning too, which is not cool, and the windows were closed. I couldn't open the windows out of respect for other people, but what I can do within my power when I'm living in a dangerous environment surrounded by people that don't care about their health and not as passionate or not as aware as me, is I can do little things. And one of the little things I do, as well as controlling my diet and fasting and what I just said earlier about no caffeine, no alcohol, and all the basics, and eating good healthy food and 1 meal a day I'm on now, is wear a sleep mask. Because then it tells your body and your eyes and your system it is dark. So you will be healthier and you will wake up more rejuvenated. I was meditating, couldn't sleep last night. I still wore the sleep mask so my eyes can rest and my third eye can open, and I can become self-aware and meditate on all the things I need to do in the future and all the things I've done in the past and the present. So it's amazing. Just wear your sleep mask, man. It's amazing transformation. Doesn't matter where you are. The lights could be bright and shining like it was in my room. There was a really bright light up there. It's on all the time. I don't know how to turn it off. I'm no control. You have no control of a lot of things when you're surrounded by normal people and in these poison environments, but you do have control over wearing a sleep mask. You do have control of what you eat. You do have control of how you exercise and all these things. So it's powerful. And that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. This has been a Holistic Health Harry signing off. Hi Niels, man. I hope you're well, brother. Look after yourself. Look after the cats, man. I miss you a lot, man. And I'm off to home at UK tomorrow. I've had an amazing day today in Porto. I fucking loved it, man. I've been around, met some really cool people, and yeah, it's beautiful. And let me read your comment. Yep. Decaffeinated is cool, Rory. I think. Although I've heard bad things about it. I don't know. I'm open-minded to everything, but I think decaffeinated is a way to go compared to caffeinated. I think decaffeinated still contains caffeine. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It has a little bit, but much less than caffeine. So that's cool. Yes, decaffeinated, definitely. That's a good transition for people to stay on decaffeinated as opposed to caffeine. Definitely. And I agree, it does depend on genetic expression, the half-life of caffeine and how you're affected by it. I know for me, it affected me hugely. It affected my fight or flight. I was constantly in aggression. I could not activate my compassion, my happiest self around people ever on tea and coffee. On just one tea a day, I never drank coffee, one tea a day. I'm a tea drinker. I was brought up by my parents, and that's all you do in the UK, drink tea. So I couldn't be the best version of myself. I figured out very early on that one of the best things I've ever done in my life, very early on, was urine therapy, obviously, game changer. It's made me meet all of you guys and do all the amazing things. But before that was actually I gave up caffeine. I just knew it was bad for me, and it changed my life, and I found it easy because it was such a difference between me caffeine free and me on caffeine, such a huge difference in personality. So that's how I know if for other people it's the same. You experience a huge personality shift when you get off caffeine, man, compared to being on it. Yeah, a huge personality shift. And I care about how my personality, and I care about how my personality is expressed to other people, how I think in my brain, and how compassionate I am, or how fight or flight I am. So that's why I find it easy, man. So yes. Oh, there you go, Nadia. Yep. Good. Chris, it's all about getting it down to a certain amount that you find manageable. I'm not saying to people, give it up, man. You do what you want anyway. You're your own boss. But yeah, get it down. Work on drinking less and less, and please drink it as early as possible. That 1 or 2 or 3 hours earlier makes a massive difference to your health. Do not underestimate the power. I can't see myself ever going back on caffeine. But for other people, that's cool. You get yourself down and you enjoy life, because I know life is to be enjoyed too. And it's not all super serious here. So all good. All right, thanks guys for watching. This was Holistic Health Harry in Porto, in my hostel, and the sun is out, so I'm going to go and do some sun gazing. I love you all very much, and peace, and be well, and wear that sleep mask, and try and reduce your caffeine intake. Have a lovely day. Bye.